Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner with trainer Freddie Roach and wearing blue with red. Official weight, 139 1/2 pounds. His professional record, a perfect one. 28 fights, 28 victories, including 12 wins by knockout. Dami Gospoda, Kiev, Ukraine, the reigning and defending, undefeated WBC Super Lightweight Champion of the World, Viktor the Iceman Postol. Fighting out of the red corner with his trainer, Esau Dieguez. He officially weighed in at 140 pounds. And he, like his opponent, has a perfect professional record consisting of 28 fights, 28 victories, including 20 wins by knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, from Omaha, Nebraska, USA, the reigning, defending, undefeated WBO light welterweight champion of the world, Terrence Bud Crawford.
There's a couple of differences here. The main difference is going to be the height of Viktor Postol. Crawford, of course, has his name in the front. He's got the green trunks with kind of the gold lettering and his logo down the side, and the blue and a little bit of red on his trunks is Viktor Postol. Crawford again notoriously starts slow, but Postol hasn't done anything yet, nor has he been able to touch him with the jab.
Well, Postol's going to have to be patient here and stick to his game plan, which right now, as you can see, he's pursuing Terrence Crawford, and he's going to have to use that jab a lot, and he'll have to go through some uncomfortable moments, certainly, because Crawford's not going to be easy to hit.
That's what Postol will be looking to do, looking to more counter.
Well, both of these guys can punch and counterpunch.
You know, the first time I ever did a Crawford broadcast, I didn't do those fights in Omaha, but when he won in Arlington, Texas, and he beat Thomas Delorme, and we were sitting at the apron that night and watching the nuances of boxing that he was able to pull off, the things that a lot of people just don't notice. You know, he really was good, really wise veteran, old-timey stuff.
Here he is switching to southpaw. For the last about 30 seconds, he's been southpaw. And he does technical things. He reminds me of a guy who you're, as a matter of fact, inducting in the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame next week, Benito Lopez. And I used to watch him. Here we go to round two. This is scheduled for 12. Colonel Bob Sheridan, Rich Marotta, Christina Pancha here. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you're watching around the world. This promises to be a real good fight. Yeah. Crawford fought half of the first round right-handed, then switched to southpaw. Now, sometimes he'll stay southpaw like this the rest of the way. He can do that.
Well, he feels in there. He's got the feel of it. It's not a thing where they're going to give him instructions on that in the corner. He knows what's working and what feels good and what feels right in there.
One thing that I see here so far, though, is Postol is not, he's known for that tremendous jab. And I read that Freddie wanted to, try to catch him in the switch. Well, I promise you won't catch Crawford in the switch. Crawford, see that right foot to the outside. That means he can get his leverage with his left hand down the middle. The Postol touches him to the body with the jab, gets his combination. Right now, not a lot of punches being landed. Is Postol trying to get in position and throw a punch, and Crawford loaded up that left hook and as he was spinning it from this side, but he has equal power either way. Totally ambidextrous, but he stayed, except for the first minute of the first round, he'd been southpaw the rest of the way.
Over the way things are beginning to evolve in this fight.
Well, they're talking. I don't know what Postol's saying, and I'm sure Terrence doesn't know either.
Well, it takes him a couple rounds usually, and by the third, fourth, definitely by the fifth round, he usually is fully confident in what he's going to bring and what his game plan is going to be, although he does do a really good job making adjustments on the fly.
He's not a dirty fighter at all by any way, shape, or manner. And Postol turned his back on him, and Crawford was in the position of throwing the punch. A little exchange. Crawford sticks his tongue out, walked into a right hand.
Yeah, Postol starting to get in punching range here.
landed more punches in this round than any other round. But Crawford dictated it with the exception of that last 20 seconds. Now let's see if he can execute it. Nothing wrong with Freddie's instructions, but it's like Rich was saying, you know, it'd be better if he cut him off. He's the typical old-style Eastern European fighter with the hands real high and kind of almost a jab up in the air like that. Instead of snapping it out was what Freddie wants. He's not really committed to it, but he can get committed in a hurry with it. And the other factor is that I think there is a bit of frustration because Crawford is just so quick on his feet moving around.
Kind of paused that jab hand out there, but no, I haven't really seen many body shots yet from Crawford, and I like to see him try to get inside more. Oh, there's a good left.
Pretty good counter punch there too that Crawford got hit by.
Yep. That right hand counter by Postol.
Well, there's going to be more flurries like this throughout the course of this fight. Neither one of these guys are going easy.
Oh.
Everything that Crawford does, the crowd kind of goes nuts, and you can hear them cheering. There's the long looping hand. Every time Crawford does something well, the crowd either comes to its feet or gets real excited. Well, at the outset, I mentioned that Terrence notoriously starts slow, but he's in second gear right now. And if you're going to go full offense, and you're going to take a chance of getting clipped too, and that's what's happened in this round a couple of times. 28, 27, 26 seconds to go in the fourth round. Great foot movement by Terrence Crawford, getting in position to fight. His counter punches here. Postol still not getting that jab on him too much. Left hand gets through. At the Hall of Fame ceremonies a couple of weeks ago, and he just enjoys himself. That's going to be scored as a knockdown because his knee touched, and Postol is really annoyed with that.
You know, gets more and more confident in his abilities. That side of him will come out.
Wait, people say, you know what? That he doesn't talk a lot of trash.
Oh, what a great counter punch. He touches the canvas again.
Yep.
That's another knockdown. And Tony right on it. His gloves definitely hit the canvas. The canvas is what happened.
Now the second knockdown, there was a real punch here.
Counter.
See that left? See that left? Now that gets him going. He goes across just the bare touch of a glove. The first knockdown was just a little cuffing shot, but the second one, there's going to be a real punch. You saw it, that left hand.
First one, he boomed it like his hand went down. Don't miss that.
So Crawford, with all that said and done, it's a 10-7 round. It's a 50-43 on my score sheet with 5 in the books. This is round 6. Hard shot by Postol, one of his better punches of the fight.
Postol just has not hit him enough to slow him down at all.
There's one of those slick things again. He feinted in. Slick movement there. Pull that left shoulder back and cracked him with the right hand. And those are the slick things he does. And when it's time to exchange, it seems like it's always Crawford getting off first. And as I say that, of course, Postol does it first.
Brian Bomac McIntyre's put together. I think they're doing a great job. They're doing what they need to do to win these rounds. I mean, much has been said about, Freddie Roach in the other corner, but you got to give Team Crawford some credit in their preparation. They're frustrating Postol.
He'll take a couple of bounces right and then boom, right back the other way. Or he'll step with his left foot behind him. Then he'll plant like he just did then. Let off the punches. There's no way you can give the Iceman that round. See? Look at this, Rich. Boom.
That's just great work. I mean, what can you say? That's just brilliant fighting.
Oh.
He was leaning back and then...
Oh.
You get clipped again.
It was almost one of those flash knockdowns. His glove barely stayed off the canvas.
You better start before the bell rings if you fight Terrence Crawford.
Figure out where he can attack. That hand goes up in the air. He'll come downstairs with the body just like that.
Yep.
Oh, cracked him with a hard left hand. Off balance again.
He needs a little more of that.
Well, that's what Freddie wants him to try to land, but again, easier said than done. They were a little slit by that left eye. Can't tell if Postol's left eye might have, I guess not. Been sensational in this fight.
Well, and after watching 8 rounds and going to the 9th now, this is the 1 versus 2. It seems like Terrence Crawford is just widening the gap about how close Postol is in that number 2 spot.
And that time the legs did start to go Postol.
That plan B has never come out.
Well, he had the plan B where he wanted a lot more right hands. He tried to throw him and he gets counterpunched by Crawford. Look at that. There's a straight left right down the middle on the right-handed fighter. The right hook, the straight left jab again. All these are, these are fairly heavy punches. He didn't just move around to get away, so therefore I don't see him as running.
Question is he doing enough that would stamp him as
Go ahead, Rich, with that thought.
as somebody to fight Manny Pacquiao in November?
Our principals, 2 champions. One is going to lose his title tonight, and right now it looks like Terrence Crawford is going to pick that up. Right now, in the 11th round, it's been all Crawford on my score sheet. Nobody has really been seriously shaken in the fight. Right, he's able to score at will with the right hand.
He just lures you in on him, and he gets you to stick your chin out.
And he's in the zone.
I mean, don't forget his right hand is his jabbing hand, but I mean, this guy, for all practical purposes, can fight as a right-handed fighter too, so he's got plenty of power in his right hand. He hasn't had many uncomfortable moments in this one. He get clipped by a decent right hand.
Yeah.
And you got to be careful when he turns his back because now time has been called out. He's going to take a point away for hitting in the back of the head, and he should. So this is going to turn out to be another 10-8 round. Postol needs a knockout.
He came
He's
right
going
out.
for it.
Yeah, he landed left and a right.
And he's furious about the point going away, and so is Freddie in the corner. I understand, but you got to follow the rules all the way.
Before this, you leave yourself 1 round to get it done.
But see, he's kind of waltzes into his guy, and here he is. Postol's going for knock, and Crawford knows how to get out of there.
And Chavez Jr. almost pulled it off against Sergio Martinez when he lost every round practically.
And Chavez Sr., he had a very controversial win when Richard Steele stopped the fight. Although to this day, if you see Meldrick Taylor, we know that was right. Postol is into this thing now. He caught Crawford with a good right hand, but he's backing off. There's only about a minute to go in this fight.
Now Crawford saying, come on, I'll fight you. So fight him.
Crawford doesn't have to do this. Oh, he hit him right with the button
right.
with a hard shot on the inside with that right hand. Crawford wants to make a point right now. This is the type of fight we thought we'd see all along. This has been a brilliant fight for Crawford, no matter what anybody says. This is a brilliant fight. He nails him, almost dropped him. And that's it, it's all over. Look at the smile on his face. You said almost every round, Christina. I got to win in every round.
All right, let's take a look at it. Last round action. There's that left that he caught Postol with.
Almost dropped him, Rich.
Near the end of the round. It was a good shot. Really was more of a jab.
It was a
real
jab,
hard.
but did you see his legs buckle? Wow, look at this stuff.
Terrence, congratulations. You got an extra belt to hold on to now. I know this is something that you always dreamed of. You dreamed about becoming a world champion and then becoming one of the pound-for-pound best.